zone in the land of the trembling earth.
Welcome to yet another wonderful experience, the Everything's Been Done Ridestream. I'm your host, Dustin Klein, and I want to thank you for being here. What the hell is a Ridestream? It's a way to get our global community together and ride bikes. Because how else are you supposed to hang out with people from all across the globe and go on one single bike ride? Today we're going to do, in Watopia, the figure 8 route. We got 54 seconds till this mamma jamma kicks off. And how we do this ride is we keep the group together so you can go as crazy hairball as you want if you're in the group, on the live group, in the pedal group. And if you want to go slow as hell, you can go slow as hell. If you would like to be invited on any future or just the next ride stream, what you've got to do, listen very carefully. People do not get this for some reason. Step 1, follow Dustin Klein on Zwift. Step 2, very important, leave your handle in the comments of this video. So people that aren't live, this will be easy. People that are live, this is a challenge. And I will call you out because people will put their name in the chat. The chat is not the comments. Let the games begin. What kind of timing was that? And we are off. We've got plenty of regulars on this ride. We got DV, JR, S Little, and a bunch of others. I can't read them because they're like 0.8 text size. It's like a stupid tech joke. Let's get to some music here. Music. Sorry, it's my first day.
One thing sure, and we all know that without either one we gonna be no.
This seems like a perfect opportunity. Let's get a little round table shout out. Where's everyone tuning in from? Hanging out from? Where are you at? Where you at? We got Portland, obviously, in the house. I know there is England. I've seen Poland already.
Man's own rib was the price that he paid. To God he gave.
For all the true shredders in the ride, the true players, I can't read any of your comments through Zwift. It's too small for me right now, so if you can do them in YouTube, that would be much more appreciated. Today we'll be talking about all kinds of interesting, poignant, semi-poignant, and moderately interesting things, mostly based around cycling, as you may have guessed. Sometimes we do dare to dabble just outside of that zone, ever so slightly. We've got California contingent, Austin, Texas, Colorado, North America coming in very strong, making me think we might need to do one of these on an evening. How do people like evenings? I personally hate riding my bike in the evening, but I would do it for you. And for you. And you in the back. And that guy that's not paying attention. Fuck it, I'll do it for him too. I don't know, man. I got like an hour and a half. I gotta do something.
But since you all so nonchalantly dropped by, I heaved a little sigh and put on my other head.
One of the suggested uses of these routes is to queue up the route if you're not with us live, to ride along with us at any point in time. Today's route, as I said before, the figure 8 route in Watopia. Queue it up, play this sucker on the tube ubes, and bam, we're hanging out like family. Hey, pass the potatoes.
Fun, dear, when you're tight. What say we sit and watch the telly, you see? I had a very hard day last night. For an old friend like you, I'd like...
I suppose this would be the appropriate section if I had a sponsor, where I would say, today's Ridestream is brought to you by water. Water, the greatest thing for perspiration, precipitation, cleanliness, and uncleanliness. Water. It comes from the sky.
Impolite. Would you think me a bore if I showed you the door?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, we could use a sponsor, right? We got the space, we're doing this thing, it's bikes, there's bike brand. I don't know. I'm just connecting the dots here.
Tonight.
Yes, this is Junior.
Today's cruise, unbeknownst to everybody else on the ride, or look, it doesn't matter because we're all keep the group together. I'm tired, so I was thinking a couple things as to do. I might use this as a recovery ride. Look at Josh. Okay. Because let me tell you why. Thanks for asking. Well, I gotta pretend they asked, because otherwise, what am I? A buddy of mine, Riley Gibson Graff, I once asked him, how often do you exercise? And he gave me a very interesting little formula. He goes 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, repeat. I've done this in the past, and I felt like it helped. Oh, good God, Cheerios. The only hook is it takes a lot of time. But I think it made me stronger. So I'm gonna try and do this again. At least I'm on day 3. So 3 days on, this is my easy-ish day, whatever. If anyone's ever done any bike touring, first day's awesome, second day's hard, third day is okay, and then fourth day you're like Superman, super person. So third day, bah, it's gross. This little Zwift spin is perfect though. I think this is around 15, 18 miles, maybe 25 kilometers. And we're just gonna cruise it out. I lost my train of thought, so here's some music. We got to give a little shout out to Christoph, who did a little cross-global IT support with me, because I don't know, I ran into a brick wall I couldn't figure out. So our stream is moderately better, no offense Christoph, I blame the computer, and there's a lot of stuff pushing through this little guy right now. We're up to 6 frames per second opposed to 4. It's how I do. DIY till you die. Use the resources that you got to make whatever you can with those things. So that's what we're doing. I'll keep doing these. They'll keep getting better as long as you keep tuning in and supporting the cause. And think of it as like that first punk album, that first EP that was recorded off of a tape that someone recorded in a practice space. You know, those ones always had the best gumption. So then when you can look back on the versions of these where it's all polished and nice, and be like, man, I remember when it used to be hard to watch. Those were the days. That's when they were the best.
Tell me this is the land of the free and the brave. Everybody I talk to are down on their luck. Somebody told me the other day that Social Security gone bankrupt. The man on the 6 o'clock news said we're coming out of this real slow. But he make $50,000 here.
So we've got, dare I say, know-it-alls. They might know more than me, but that doesn't take much. We've got world-famous Josh Ross and world-famous Christoph. You guys are like neck and neck. Oh my God, what do we got? We've got climbing on this? They're saying, and this makes sense, of course, 3 days on, 2 days off, yada yada, that structure. If you don't increase intensity, there's no growth. Yeah, of course. It's not like I'm gonna go slower and slower. But if I'm exhausted, I'm not gonna force myself to go through it, because I don't really care about racing. And maybe that makes me different. That makes me my own special snowflake. Who's a special snowflake?
Monkey doesn't mean a damn thing to me. No, no, no. That's for people who already got it made.
Oh, check this out. I just switched out the trainer. Previously, I was on a Wahoo kicker core with a, I don't know how they say it, and the climb, the kicker core climb. The vernacular's confusing because they don't use any vowels. Vanna White would hate them. Wahoo, that is. Yet Wahoo has two O's and an A. I digress. I've just recently upgraded or shifted over to an Elite Doretto X. Those are standard issue cycling shoes there. Yeah, the Elite Doretto X. Solid machine. It boasts a 1.5% accuracy. Holy cow. This is only the second ride on this guy, so I'm not 100% familiar with it. But I want to say it feels a little more kind of smoother, a little more not easier, but like in tune. Kind of more in line. Maybe that's the accuracy or something. How's this for a technical review? But I like it. And it looks, aesthetically, I think it looks cooler than the kicker. The core with the pipes, it looks kind of whatever. It works fantastic, but, you know, from picking and choosing, I don't know. Interesting fact, Josh Ross will also be intrigued to know. First thing I did was like, sick, new trainer, I like the climb, let's make this happen. It doesn't work. Apparently, the core needs to communicate with the kicker to make it work, which to me doesn't make sense. It seems the climb, maybe I'm confusing my words. The core needs to communicate with the climb, but you would think the climb would communicate with Zwift because that's where the elevation's coming from. That's not how it works. So if anyone's thinking of getting a climb but doesn't have a Wahoo smart trainer, don't do it because it will not work. But if you already have the Wahoo smart trainer and you want to climb, go ahead and climb. Honest opinion on the climb, it's really cool. It's super novel. I don't think it really does anything. It's just kind of fun. And the one cons is when you're kind of pushing it out of the saddle, it feels a little unstable, which is kind of annoying when you're really gunning it in a whatever kind of effort. So my pointless thing of my 2 cents. Now to Gary with the weather. This just in from TMI Enterprise. I took the Wahoo setup and moved it into our, like this is a fancy, into the other part of the gym. Hey, it's our space, we can call it what we want. Don't tell them it's a basement. You leave out that water damage. For Ellie, my wife, who likes cycling, but doesn't, you know, not like a cyclist. There's a line between what we are and everybody else. You realize that we're not the same as everybody else, right? It took me years to figure this out. Let me give you a little insider. We're different. What's the point, man? Fuck. She's riding the Wahoo setup, so fuck, I have no point. Now to Jim with the news. Why do these boots rule so hard for cycling? I'm just dropping bits of gold right there. Anybody who's wondering what kind of shoes you should be wearing, it's probably those. Gonna try and see who we got rolling with us on in Zwift. We've got STS little B Davis. Numbers are jumping around, or the names are hopping all around. You guys are shredding. Josh Ross, of course. M Ford. G Cox. B Prof. I invited not but 5 seconds before the interrogation. Where were you on the night of January 7th? As conduct, you know what, everybody? You know what? Oh my gosh. This might be the biggest group Ridestream we've ever done. Hey, who put hills in this route? It's only 4%. Stop crying. Okay, let me put this question out to everybody. There is an opportunity to make these rides an event through Zwift. Shall we? Yay, nay, pros, cons? What do you guys think? The reason I've been doing these Saturday and Sunday mornings is because it tends to work globally. What's it called? Europe. For Europe folks, it's in the evening, but it's not so late that it wouldn't work. For North America, West Coast, it's early enough. Japan, I think they get screwed. I think it's too early for them. But I don't know. Oh, I got another thing to say about the Elite here in a second. I'm way too tired to hit this effort, but well, I guess it's weird if we keep the group together. I want to say go for it, but I'm going to be holding you back. I'm going to be totally honest. You know what? No. He's going to be holding you back. And I just got to take care of him. It's this thing, there's paperwork. As I start getting out of the saddle, what are you doing? You just said you weren't interested. I can't help myself. So one thing the Elite Diretto X does, that's kind of cool that the the Core does not do, is, wait for it, is it has cadence. They call it simulated cadence built in. Jesus, 10%. Come on, I'm trying to talk about something. But the simulated cadence, it's cool because it's just there if you want it. If you want to go super tech nerd or like, what's the other word for that? Accurate. You can get a sensor. But of course. But I don't care that much, at least at this point. I don't, so it's cool to just have, where am I? How did you get here? But I think it's just cool to have that cadence sensor in there. I'm surprised it's not on the Wahoo, but that might be the competitive difference. It even says in the literature that the simulated cadence gets funny when it's a slow, low cadence, probably like what I'm doing right now, slow grinding. But as a whole, I think it works great. I had a Jimmy Rig version on the Wahoo and for cadence, and it didn't really work that well. So, free cadence sensor, who knew? Xander Fizz coming in with a very poignant question. What music do you listen to get psyched up on the trainer? Blah! Funny you should ask. just recently, I went on a whole kick with the band the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. I know everyone's heard them. They kind of had their moment. They're still around, but damn, that shit is awesome. I was getting so hyped on that. So the last session I had, I was rallying the shit out of that. Makes you want to dance. Or pedal harder. Pedal faster. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Makes you want to pedal like a lumberjack. I'm a lumberjack and I don't care.
Because my heart is true, she says, baby, everything is alright. Uptight, clean outside.
I wanted to clear the air. Actually, Ellie suggested I should talk about this. This is a little bit preaching to the choir, but I still figured get it out there. I love riding my bike a lot. Obviously, it goes without saying, right? And what that means is I'm gonna ride a bike no matter what. Whether it's crappy weather or, lo and behold, you don't have to be in crappy weather. You can be indoors with your boots on, hanging out with 25 of your closest friends from all across the globe. So the Smart Trainer, as Elite calls it, an interactive trainer, which is quite the PC term, I must say, is such a great tool for this. It does a few things. It keeps fitness up no matter what the weather. The ever so quotable Josh Ross has been noted saying he rides the thing year round, and I totally understand. I can see how this will work in the summer. Sorry. So what this thing does is it's just a way, it's a tool. How do we keep on the bike? And not only that, there's this component, this electronic, modern, technical component that uses the internet. And I guess I thought, hey, I'm gonna be doing this thing anyways. Why not use this tool to bring together all these awesome people across the globe to be able to either ride together as a small group and or hang out in the live chat and or watch it later and ride along at any point in time. So I think there's people that have a fear that I'm gonna only Zwift and drop outside riding. People are so funny about new things. They don't like to change. Change is, it's different, kill it. None of that. This is just supplemental to what I've already been doing. And in such a powerful way, we're able to build community together right here, right now, at this and every moment beyond through this platform and tool. To me, it's such a no-brainer. We're able to get some miles in, we're able to hang out. Maybe we say some interesting things, somebody can watch it later. Maybe we say even more not interesting things someone's annoyed by later. Whatever, just do the thing. So that's where the whole Ridestream Zwifting comes in. It's just a tool to mix with technology to make connection. Why didn't I just say that? I could have said it in like 2 seconds. Spent an hour and a half. Oh God, they saw your seam. They'll think you're not real. What do I do? I started a cycling apparel company in 2003 called Cadence. Not associated anymore, but what I'm getting to is I've been working with and designing cycling apparel for 17 years. 20 sounds so good, but I'm not quite there. For a long fucking time. And this is why I love talking about the outfits that we wear on the rides, whether it's even like a trainer outfit, how we layer, apparel product is fascinating to me because there's such a functional element to it and it's aesthetic and I don't know, and we don't really wear that many clothes when we ride our bikes, so they're kind of important. Get to the point, man. So, any and every time there are apparel questions, I'll reach out talking points on Instagram stories. Follow Dustin Klein _ to submit your questions. And anytime there's apparel questions, I love them. So, wait for it. Branton asks 2 things about apparel. Good job, Branton. 1, he says, and we can open this up to the group. This does not need to be just me rambling, although he opens it. I painted myself in a corner again. He asks, gloves or no gloves? Personally, and that's the big thing, all of this, just because I say some things, they're just opinions. There is no set in stone. I'm not an authority on anything. Disclaimer, finished. I love gloves. Ironically, I'm not wearing them right now. But every time, yeah, it's weird if I don't wear gloves out in the real world. I think it does a couple things. The vibration off of the hand, you just get used to it. I think if you never wear gloves, it doesn't become an issue. Oh, this 3% grade is like kicking me in the head. It's sound dampening, vibration dampening, so comfort essentially on the hands, which I think is wonderful. I also like to double wrap my bar tape. Oh, Cushville. And then the other thing it does is Rosh digitally interrupts me and says, no fucking gloves. And the other things gloves do is their safety. If you go down on a bike, I mean, what's the first thing? The first thing I'm gonna do is put my body stoppers out and hope for the best. So gloves really help a lot if you go down in dirt, on pavement, on anything. It's essentially a layer of protection. So, word to the wise though, I'm a big fan of the kit dip. The kit dip is when you, wait, 1%. How's this lying? The kit dip is when you go, I'll do this after this ride even. After your ride, you go straight in the shower with your gear on, just wash it all off. I don't like keeping it in the dirty clothes for a week. I'll just clean it and then hang it to dry, and it dries in a couple days. Do that with your gloves. Massively. Gloves are like, I would say they're almost as bad as bibs with nasty funk factor, but most people don't think about cleaning their gloves, and that's just gross, dude. This PSA has been brought to you by Hygienic Hands. Hygienic Hands. Way to keep you and your body clean. Oh my God. This 1.5% accuracy is driving me crazy. I must say though, with the trainer, I did do the first spin down test about 3 minutes before we started this ride. So I got that going for me.
Kiss is a promise of love and togetherness. But when you hold me, you never thrill me. When you kiss me, you gotta reach me. Love me. Show me that you love me.
I have the power here to allow Josh Ross's comments to infiltrate or to let them go. And I think we'll let him infiltrate, but we'll have Winston do it. Josh Ross says, legs should be smooth, socks should be tall, collar should be stiff, no gloves, style matters. All right, duly noted. Thank you for that, JR. And now some smooth legs for those buttery earlobes.
You love me truly. You love me in your arms and hold me. The moon shines brightly.
17-second sprint. All right, fuck it, let's do it. Fuck.
Sweet dreams come true in your arms and hold me.
18. That was cool because you're done before you're even tired. More, please. I want to pull. Actually, maybe I'll ruin this joke, but this is the insider crew right here. So when you see this happen, you'll just know you're the inside. You saw from whatever. Okay. What I want to do is roll up to Josh our next road ride with like hockey socks. You know what I mean? Like they like go up to your thighs. Oh, there's probably a term for those. I feel like dancers wear those. Leggings, jeggings, baggies, waggies. I am a big fan of the overshorts though, which are not necessarily a popular choice for many people in the cyclist, or dare I say, performance cyclist category. This goes for all of it. Gravel, road, mountain bike would be the one difference. And they take it to the baggy extreme. They all, too many tangents. Road, gravel, I don't know, whatever else there is. They all wear just bibs. I like overshorts, man. I like the pockets, I like the civilian look, and I like that it keeps my hips warm when it's cold. When it's hot, I don't know, I don't really notice it. I'm just very used to it. So, yeah, I got like a kind of a weird approach to the apparel. But that's the best part about cycling, man. There is no rules, man. You see some people wearing some funky stuff on the bike. Or what about this guy? This is a funny one. I was asking Seth about this yesterday. What about that old guy you see on the ride? You're like, hey, what's up? You look at his kit and his bike and everything, and it's all straight 1992. Like, the whole thing. You're like, how the hell did you keep the time machine? Like, are you just never using it? Because if you use that all the time from then till now, shit just wears out, man. There's no way I could keep the same helmet for 20 years. There's no way. And then you're like, well, if they don't ever ride, what the hell are they doing all the way out here on this ride? What a weird way to interact with cycling. I'm fascinated. Not wrong, not bad. Quite good. Just different. And different. What a good way to talk about cycling. That's like the perfect... Is that an adjective? For cycling.
Somebody talk about this little lady of mine. Now listen to this. I don't want my mother, nor my father.
Bantan from the Instagram stories also asked, will I ever work with the cycling, what is my future with the cycling apparel industry? The future is bright. Bantan, although I'm a bit of a free agent at the moment, which is cool. The horizon is open. I'm not quite courting anything in particular, so who knows what'll happen. But note that I am not designing anything for Chrome at the moment. What's the deal, Chrome? So, there is opportunity to make more wonderful things out there. Yeah, and I don't know what those will be. Right now it's videos, which is, it's plenty. That's true, it's very, more than enough.
She been a mighty good thing for me. She brought me from a mighty long way.
All these Zwifting players out there, everybody's doing good, holding it down. We're all grouped up, all nice and pretty. Look at you guys. Good God, awesome.
Nobody, I keep on telling y'all.
Instagram story question also. Again, all these questions are open to the anybody, everybody. So if you've got an opinion, and I know you do, feel free to drop it in there. have it intermingle with the conversation. And this also goes for you watching after the live, after the proverbial fact. Drop that comment. It's still interactive. Crap. The hell was I talking about? I got it. One of the questions, it was perfect day bag. Perfect day bag. Sorry, day trip bag. Which is kind of a very broad question. What the hell are you talking about? Perfect day trip. Am I riding in the city? Am I going out like on a gravel thing? Why don't we go over them? Why don't we go over the options? Gravel adventure day thing. On bike, handlebar bag. I love it because it's like a purse for drugs and snacks and cameras and pens. Love it. In addition to back pockets. More pockets, more better. But if you're in the city, recently I've just been into a skinny backpack. The now new old stock Dklein Chrome Semantics. I even forgot what it was called. But just a light nylon backpack. You gotta pick something up, you can put a lock in it, like maybe lunch, easy. The day trip, driving to a ride, I love a duffel bag. It just makes tons of sense. Anyone who saw last week's video, saw the director's cut of last week's video, which is nearly twice as long as the original, knows that the duffel's the way to go. Opens up like a briefcase, no, like a dresser. It's all contained in one spot. You do bags and bags. Bags on bags on bags on bags. It's perfect. It's organizational efficiency at its finest. So, I hope that answered your baggage question. You're probably not even watching. Ooh, the ever elusive, yet ever private subject of pooing in the wild. Yes, pooping on long rides is something that just has to happen ever so occasionally. I'm sure you've developed your own method, or maybe you're wondering how our methods work. Well, I tend to... Step 1, gravel rides are way fucking easier than road rides. The shoes are more conducive to walking. The environment is more conducive to not being seen. Step 2, survey the land. Find an appropriate out of view section to squat and drop. You know one thing that is funny about those? It's such a pain in the ass in that your jersey has all this crap in it, and then your bib's got to come down, and there's just like, I think the hardest thing is like not losing stuff around you when you're getting ready to make the initial offering. The wiping. This is the toughest part. I go all natural, man. Leaves, flora, and fauna. Because I don't expect to do this, so I don't prepare to do this. And I don't know, I guess you could bring toilet paper, but then if you sweat a lot, it's probably going to get all... I don't know. So that's me. This is an emergency method. This is not like, yeah, maybe I'll just wait and do this on the ride. Then you are a next level ride pooer. What are your techniques? I'm rather curious of this ever so private and not too often talked about realm of cycling. God, we're weird.
Australopithecus, 5.5 million to 2 million years ago.
Baby wipes are a good one, but I'm not gonna bring baby wipes on a ride. I'll leave the baby wipe in the car. So, I mean, this has only happened maybe 3 times in my life. I've been riding serious since 2000. Yeah, 20 years. That's a pretty decent average. there's not always a toilet, man. You're out in the deep cuts, even on road rides, you'll be out like, there'll just be like land and people's private property. No. You know what? I went there because I care.
1,000 to 250,000 years ago.
And then it makes me think about the ladies got to deal with this every time they want to go to the bathroom. Holy crap. I love peeing outside. It's like the pinnacle celebration of being the thing that I am. Yeah.
100,000 to 35,000 years ago. Cro-Magnon man.
At least Forever Trill can relate. He says, I have a long history of pooing in the cuts. Nature happens. Real talk. At one point, I feel like Jiro made a bib for women that instead of braces, how did it go? It went up and then connected so you could like, which I thought was such a smart design. That seems to make a lot of sense. I don't know, I'm not a woman. I don't really design women's clothes very well, so. But that idea is cool. And it would work for guys. Why not? They call it the dual action. Although that bib, no, that would still work. You know.
And love must be the
All right, got one more here from the Instagram stories. What makes a good bike shop? What makes a great bike shop stand out from the rest? I'll let you stew on that one for just a second.
It's brainwashing mark to die. What to say and do. It happened to me and you. Do we teach hate? Or do we teach love? Or do we teach what we have learned growing up when we get cities abroad?
I personally think a good bike shop, from the bike shops that I've experienced over the years, it's really about the person that works there or the people that own it. Vibe is a big one. Are they involved with the culture? Are they funny? Are they not some grumpy ass person that needs to be doing something else? Are they passionate about cycling? It's like I'm creating like a self-help interview for bike shops. Are you passionate about cycling? Do you ride bikes outside of work? Is drinking something that you consider a hobby? Oh my god. Hold on, I gotta survive.
Must be the end. Tell the truth.
In 1650, the Archbishop James Usher calculated.
This climb is like way more than I expected. And it's only 7%. I think the intensity, the feel of this Elite Derecho X is much more intense. It's way more sensitive than the core. Wow.
that was 4004 BC. Meanwhile, a billion years before, give or take a little.
Yeah, there's also the bike shops that are... I like the... Fuck. I like the bike shops that are like skate shops. They're not like a department store. Bike shops like that, they look cool, but they just don't have much soul. And of course, every case is different, but... And also, have some old bikes. That shit is style for miles, cultural history, and it shows that you care.
One night I took a chance. Well, I went to a...
Christoph brings up a good point. Repair. It's a huge part of cycling. Don't replace. We're not all looking for just the newest of new all the time. Let's see what it takes to make it work. And also, things that are broken in, worn in, and used have so much character. All new all the time. That's one thing I feel weird about when people have brand new shoes all the time. Like, where the fuck is your real life? What are you only going from the car to your house? Like, everything I have has a stain or a hole in it. Which is, you know, not that everyone needs that, of course. I'm just more perplexed by people who can keep things new. That's the deep down of that one. Woo! Totally the opposite of slaughtered that. Although, look at the crew. You guys did great. We got 5 PRs on that one. Respect. That's great. Sorry I held you guys back.
There was an old high priest. He had a daughter named Naomi. Another drop of your head. She looked like Boris Karloff in you.
I mean, especially bikes though, like frames, used frames. Don't get me wrong, a brand new bike is so awesome. But as we all know, a brand new bike, dude, if you actually use that thing, it does not stay, especially if it's for off-road, it's gonna get worn in. And there's a moment where you're like, but embrace that. Because those are your badges of honor. That's your work putting into patina that thing. You have to earn that, honestly. You don't get wear and tear after having just sit around and looking good. You put in miles, you earn the visual proof of it. So that can kind of help soften the blow of stuff that, you know, when it gets scratched or whatever, there's a balance to everything. I wouldn't suggest treating it like shit. But even if you just treat it well, it's gonna wear. And well-worn things are well-loved things. Or something else that rhymes better than that. Christoph, I really want to say Christopher. Christoph asks the group, how do we keep our shoes looking nice? Says his get scratched up and worn out super fast. Shoes get scratched up. I'm the worst person to give you advice here. I would say overshoes if you really care, but then you never see your shoes. And just embrace that shit. I think they look cool when they're worn in. That's just me though.
Played the day I died.
I feel like the stream is like ever so better. Ever so better. Christoph, you did a good job. But there looks like I need something else. I don't know what. It's probably just a gaming, more Mega RAM. Jaga RAM.
They rock and roll to a big beater record of mine. Oh, I dreamed the day I died, a jukebox played. And upon my chest.
Bill brings up an obvious point. I didn't see. I told you I wasn't good with the shoe stuff. Wash them or clean them. Clean your shoes after you ride them, or just in general, maybe once a month or something. Obviously, I don't know why I'd never thought of that. That will definitely make them look good for longer. Hey, cleaning is caring. Next time you gotta do the dishes or wash the car, you're like, ugh, cleaning is caring. And you're like, oh, okay.
Simultaneously, man, what a sound. I dreamed the jukebox played the day I died.
And another thing on the shoes, some material in general, tech clothing companies do this way too much. Think of like tech running jacket, tech cycling shoes. They are designed to look really good on the shelf, but they are not designed for wear. And a lot of that technical stuff looks like straight trash when it's worn out. Or even just broken in, not worn out, just used. Because those materials are not, they're just not designed to wear. They'll look, they'll be like threads through some plastic layer. It just looks dumpy. A little bit of info on well-wearing materials. Natural materials wear the best. They're like a natural thing. It kind of slowly transcends into worn out. The hook is, like for cycling shoes, leather cycling shoes are often not the best case because leather will stretch, and we want such tight retention that a technical shoe is generally, or a synthetic material, a synthetic upper, is generally the better way to go. But like Giro makes some really smart off-road shoes. I'm a huge fan of the VR90s. And also, I don't know. Yeah, okay, too much.
I'm on a manhunt. A manhunt, a manhunt. I'm on a manhunt. A manhunt, a manhunt. I'm on a manhunt. I'm tired of being all alone. I want a man of my own. Loving is my aim. If you're a man, you're fair game. I'm on a manhunt. A manhunt, a manhunt. I'm on a manhunt. A manhunt, a manhunt. I'm on a manhunt.
Hey, you guys want to hear my little tangent on sponsorships? Ellie prompted me to say this too, and I was like, okay. What am I talking about? I care more about time and creative freedom than money. Straight up. Just the way I'm wired. So, for a viewer of this show, of this channel, there's no fear of me putting too many sponsored ads in my videos because I just won't do it. And generally how it works, like with the competitive cyclist, what they do is they pay you to just say something that they want you to say, how they want you to say it. And you can mix it in with all this other stuff that you're doing, which I think is a great way to do it. So the creator still gets creative freedom. They get their message. The creator gets to pay rent. Everybody's happy. You guys got to sit through the message, but it's already kind of relatable anyways. Plus there's a discount code. And there he goes off into the weeds. Never to be heard of again. I don't know, just to let you know. The sponsorship things are cool, I'm down, but I'm not going to go overboard because they're also kind of a lot of work too. Back to the pike! Look at all that fog, who knew? I didn't look at the weather. All right, fuck it. Let's do this last one. 25 seconds. We got this. All right. Yeah. Go. How many watts? What do you do? 300, 400, 522. Jesus fuck. Go. Oh, I don't know if I can hold this. Oh, thank God. Holy shit. I'm gonna get flagged for swearing too much. Son of a...
You are there for me. Yeah.
Arm & Hammer baby wipes. That's another angle. Is Goofy sponsors. Like Silk almond milk. That'd be fucking sick. I love that shit. Chocolate almond milk. What else would be good? I like brushing my teeth. Crest? No, they're fucked up.
I'll try to be the kind of man you want to call your own.
I'm using that one, Christoph. Wait for it.
Give you anything, just anything at all. The greatest gift on earth is just too small. Honey, I've got you. What more?
This sprint was Oh, I fucked it up already. This last effort was brought to you by Oxygen. Oxygen, humanity's favorite element.
You on my mind.
All right, question for the crew. Doesn't matter if you're live or after the fact. Do you have any more oxygen? That's all I have to know. Just kidding. How about the length of this ride? It's like 17, 19 miles. Seems like a good distance for these things. Not too long, not too short. Inquiring minds want to know.
I'll try to be the kind of man you want to call your own. Loving you nice, you know how. Give you anything, just anything at all. The greatest gift on earth is just too small. Honey, I've got you. What more do I need? My life is complete and satisfied. Honey, you on my mind.
Oh my God, so much sensitivity. Yeah, when this trainer hits any kind of grade, it's like, boom, straight into resistance, which is great. Maybe we need to talk about what everybody's resistance is set at. Josh Ross told me to go all the way to max. So I went all the way to max, and then I went back out just a little bit. I'm curious what everyone else is running. That's almost like the personal handicap assister. What your trainer max is set at.
Thank you very kindly, ladies and gentlemen. Right about here, we like to do a little thing. Very popular little tune, but we like to add a little bit of a Caribbean flavor to it. I who have nothing, I who have no one.
Can he close it? Will he close it? Only time will tell. There's no way to tell for certainly. Dan, thanks for making it. Epic ride, true player, hardcore regular, and strong as fuck. What did they say? AF? Bicycle person. Good man. Whoa, man!
Right.
If anyone wants in on the next Zwift ride stream, not sponsored by Zwift, Zwift, sponsor this. I'm saying your name all the time anyways. They're just sitting back like, yes, sucker. All you have to do is follow Dustin Klein on Zwift and post your Zwift handle in the comments of this video. And I'll reference that when I make the invite for the next one. Unless I actually make an event, which maybe it's about time. For the love of God, let's just make this official. Hey! Oh, level 15 kit. I don't know. So what? Cool, thanks. Yay! Hey, we did the route. Good job, everybody. We made it. Holy moly. Dan probably made that like 5 minutes ago. He's like, okay, see you guys later. We're like, we're not done. Good stuff. You know the drill. If there's anything you liked, disliked, or found moderately interesting, hit the like button so others can know what you've already found out. If you'd like to see more of these, hell, if you'd like to see less of these, hit the subscribe button. If you want anything in the world, hit the subscribe button. It's like a magic genie. You just rub it. Hell, you want more wishes? Ask for more wishes. Get on it. Any questions you might have, check the comments. No, not the comments. What are they called? The descriptions. And why am I still pedaling? What's going on? I love you. Good night.